yards for 131, which is about almost as he did passing.
There you go.
Oh, man.
You try to take away the one big thing and you make them beat them early. Bad part is Georgia went to the passing game early.
Yeah.
In the game. They were throwing it, trying to establish that, hey, we know what you're going to try to do, but we're going to do this. And it didn't work out for them too much.
Yeah, Thompson had a good game.
And Spurrier threw the woodshed at him.
Well, you can't doubt good old ball coach.
Nah, you knew Spurrier hates Georgia. So you knew it was coming. I said it. I said Spurrier hates Georgia. He's going to throw everything he's got at him. And if you miss it, go watch Tebow doing Spurrier imitations. Freaking hilarious.
Also, you want to talk about Texas because they almost.
Yeah, I thought Texas
beat UCLA.
I thought Texas was going to get UCLA, and they had them all the way up until the end. UCLA is vastly overrated to me. They'll play Oregon or somebody. Oregon will beat the crap out of them. So their overratedness will come into play here pretty soon.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Because Texas is not a very good team, but I knew Texas would give them fits just because of where they were playing and what all was going on.
And then the Tennessee game was blocked, and everybody thought until the end.
Yeah, and then the end.
Because Stoops already called out the SEC saying some comments that they're basically overrated.
Tell Stoops to win more than one championship, and then he can start yelling. I think that's the reason he always didn't want to come to Florida, is because he just didn't want to play in the SEC. Because he knew better.
Yeah, he called him overrated. Boston College, with the upset.
All right.
How about Boston College? After we picked on...
I wasn't all riding after we pick on Murphy, he has 191 yards rushing.
He has 54 yards passing.
Why couldn't you have done that shit last year, asshole? Moving on.
They beat a good team.
They beat USC. The bad part about all them teams over there is most of them are overrated.
And you talk about the West Coast, right?
And then they get it. Yeah, over there. They get overrated. We all know where the best college football plays at, bar none whatsoever. In the South. Whether it be, well, there's only one team in the ACC that's really any good. But then you got the whole SEC. And the one team that's really good in the ACC. But other than that, them teams out there, and they play all this different style of ball and everything like that. Like Oregon going to get beat by somebody. Yeah. Oregon always will get beat by somebody. Them other teams will get beat by somebody. They'll get exposed. Blah, 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 stuff like that. Blah, blah, blah. That's what will happen. Yep. It always does. Just look, Virginia Tech beat Ohio State last week. And what happened to them? They get beat by East Carolina.
Yeah.
Which East Carolina has a good ball team, but they get beat by them too.
Then you got Virginia that beat Louisville. That was ranked number 21.
Well, that's two ACC teams playing
not
each other. That always happened. The ACC is not very good this year, and that's even coming from people that follow the ACC. They're just not very good. Florida State will run right through it again like they always do until basketball season starts. And when basketball season starts, they can't run right through it like they always do.
All right, so let's talk about our team that received 31 votes on the AP poll.
Yes.
So, I mean, hey, there's progress. I guess we're moving up.
No, they moved down. They had 70-something last week.
They had 70-something?
Yeah, now they have 31.
31, huh?
I guess when you struggle against a team who's going to be vastly improved and who's going to beat a couple of teams this year they're not supposed to beat, yeah, you're going to drop.
All right.
Just like I said afterwards. So what are people going to say about this win when they beat somebody they're not supposed to? When Kentucky beats one of the teams they're not supposed to, you're going to look back and go, well, the win against Kentucky was a good win for Florida. And that's what you're going to end up finding out.
So let's talk about the Florida and Kentucky game that went triple overtime, huh?
It went way too damn late.
Started at 7:30 and it ended around 12.
I don't remember.
11. It was late, man. But
I don't remember.
A game that was first, the defense was struggle. Well, defense is good, but then offense really picked up.
After the half, it turned into back and forth.
But what your thoughts about this game in particular?
I don't need to watch any more of these games. I'm getting old. I need to watch this shit give me heart attacks.
I know you was.
I want them to play the way they played in the second half the whole game. I want the offense to play that way the whole game. People were like, well, the defense struggled. They gave up they had 3 interceptions. I was like, they had turnovers. I was like, they done their job. The offense can't do their job. For us to be running a kind of a hurry-up offense, they didn't look like they were in a hurry to me.
Yeah.
It looked like it was a slower, more methodical. It's more like they just don't huddle, but they still take the same amount of time not huddling. Mm-hmm. They need to speed it up a little bit and get the other teams tired. But it was one of those things. It was a good college football game to watch. It was a fun game to watch. It's not good on the old ticker.
Yeah, I'm watching the game too, man. I'm like, man, it was kind of boring in the first half, and then we was wondering like, okay, we knew we played a cupcake team before.
Yeah, that was a tune-up.
And not to give Florida any more like adding excuses there, but I mean, this is our second game we did play. You know, everybody else is playing 3.
Yeah, but we didn't get that first game against the cupcake team.
Yeah, we didn't.
We didn't get another tune-up game.
So we're still catching up, if I like to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
we
not
could have been looking ahead as well.
Exactly. I'm not going to sit there and use that as an excuse, but that's why I say
there is no excuse. Kentucky's going to be better than people thought. I don't know how much better, but they'll be better than people thought.
Well, the college game day crew picked, Florida's going to win by 19 or 17, and Kentucky, I'll tell you what, man, Kentucky's a better team than what I thought it was.
Yes, because people don't know Kentucky has improved. Kentucky's improved enough to where they're going to give teams flat out struggles.
Tyler's kid that was playing quarterback in Kentucky he made some good clutch plays to kind of still give him a heartbeat.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him making some of these throws, they wouldn't have been in the game. But he was making throws. Plus, Florida had some communication issues where guys were getting wide open running down the field all by themselves, which you expect in college.
JoJo kept running his mouth, talking about, I can't wait till I beat
when he got wayloaded by Fowler, I don't think he was talking junk to Fowler when Fowler was laying on top of him.
Oh man,
that dude's like 3'2".
No, it was definitely impressive.
Fowler blew him up.
How about talk about
DeMarcus Robinson is a beast. Is a beast. He's the only one that'll catch a football for Florida, I think, apparently.
Yeah, 15
catches, which was a record.
216 yards, 2 touchdowns. Good Lord, man. That boy was all over the place. And then, of course, the running game was always there.
Oh, the running game's legit. You got three pretty good running backs, but they didn't use one this game. They just used Kelvin and Matt.
Yeah.
And both of them running off at almost 5 yards to carry clips.
There were some times when you got frustrated because you wanted Driscoll to
I wanted Driscoll to run the ball. There was many opportunities where you seen them collapsing on the ends. If people are collapsing on the ends, run it and keep it and run around.
Yeah.
You just pull the ball back. That's what that play is designed for. Not for you. You can even read it. If I can read that they're coming off the ends and they're going to knock your running back in the next week, you should be able to read it as well.
Do you think he's overreading the system right now because he's still adjusting to his new system?
No, because it's not he was a spread quarterback. He was a spread quarterback coming out of high school. He was a spread quarterback when he came to Florida. They put him in that new system last year that was supposed to be more pro-style oriented and more of a running game oriented. But the spread also is more of a running system in the spread offense.
Yeah.
Unless you're like Kentucky who throws the ball all the time. Florida wants to try to run the ball some more because they got great running backs. So when you're doing that, but he needs to be better at reading. He needs to see it and go. And I wanted him to keep it a lot more. The one big thing that we had, though, was our return game. Kickoff return, they're not going to kick the ball to the Bows anymore. The Bows is a beast. And because of the Bows being like that, it created our opportunities to get good field positions at the end of the game and being able to win the game. And that was perfect.
Now, how much pressure would have been on the head coach if we were lost?
Oh, shit. You might as well got a hot seat and fucking took his chair out and put one of them little burners underneath his ass, because that's how hot that seat would have got.
Yeah, Muschamp is definitely under the scope, ain't he?
If Muschamp has to win 9 games this year. Has to. If he doesn't win 9 games, people are going to call for his head. He needs to win 9 games. He needs to beat Georgia. He needs to beat one of the bigger teams. He needs to do it. If he doesn't do it, then people are going to want him to leave. Our things we look at are you beat Georgia, beat Florida State, beat one of them. Be consistent at beating one of them, and you'll be okay. You keep losing to them, then you piss us off, and we want you to go. And that's what it is.
All right, well, they got a big one this week.
Yeah, this game, this week. Saturday.
Dude,
at 3:30.
You know what I meant.
It's this week.
Autocorrect.
It's this
you
week.
Autocorrect me again.
You can't next week it when it's this week. Should just said we got a big game Saturday.
Big game Saturday.
There you go. Yes, Cortez, we do have a very big game Saturday.
First thoughts?
I don't know. Yeah, it's one of our defense is going to have to keep their running game in check. Their running game is phenomenal. Our corners, pretty good. So they'll be able to match up against their receivers well. It's their running game that scares the living dog piss out of them. As much as our running game is good, theirs is just as good with T.J. Yeldon and Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, if you've not seen Derrick Henry, I've seen Derrick Henry in person. He looks like a grown-ass man. When I say grown-ass man, he's about 6'4". Mind you, he's a running back. He's about 6'4", 235, 236, somewhere in that frame. So the man is a monster. He's a kid, but he's a monster. Like, I've seen him play high school. And when he's bigger than your offensive lineman, you're like, what the hell is going on? What is he going to do? And then you see him run like he runs. Yeah, he's scary. He's their best running back. T.J. Yeldon may start, but he is their best running back. That's my mind. I think he's their best running back. I just think T.J. Yeldon gets the credit because he's T.J. Yeldon.
Right.
And he's been there.
Right.
But Henry's a beast. And Henry is a man.
All right.
So we have to look out for that.
All right. Usually we don't make our picks to Saturday. I'm not saying end of the week or whatever. We will make the picks here. But I want to get initially your first thoughts if we was able to go ahead and conquer the beach and go inside there.
If they beat Alabama, I will not shut up. Talking shit everywhere I go.
I know so many Alabama fans too. This is right
for the rest. Too. No, it ain't even the Alabama fan. This will legitimize Florida this year. If this happens. Not saying it's going to happen. Yeah. I'm not saying nowhere close. It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. If it does, you will not hear me shut up. It's a huge game for Florida to solidify themselves. If they want to solidify themselves, this is the game where they need to come out and have a good showing. They don't need to necessarily win, but they need to have a good showing. They need to have that showing that they need to keep it close, and it needs to stay like a close game. It needs to be like Alabama's first game that they played this year.
Right.
We can have that type of game where it's close all the way down to the wire, all the way down to the end. Almost like Florida State against Oklahoma State, where Oklahoma State wasn't even supposed to be there. Almost kind of sort of like that. If we can have that type of game, I'll be happy. We don't necessarily have to win for me to be happy. I just don't want to get our asses kicked.
Nah, I hear you. All right, so that's not bad.
But if they won,
oh, happy days.
But I'm not saying it. But
we'll make the picks.
If they won
at the end of the week,
if they win, holy mother of God.
Yeah, we'll save those picks for the end of the week. I mean, it'll be interesting, but hey, but any given day, man, on the football field, you never know.
I can just say it now. I don't think they're going to win. I think it's going to be closer than a lot of people expect, but I don't think they're going to win. I think Alabama will win, but they won't win. It'll take all that Alabama has to beat them.
Yeah.
Because I think the defense will come out, and I think the defense will come out and play ball. If the defense can create a couple early turnovers and get us decent field position, and we can score a few times at the beginning of the game, may be able to pull the upset. But if that doesn't happen, and we let Alabama get in front, I think we'll keep it close, just because our run